Video I want to discuss a simple trick to see whether or not you're using the semicolon correctly. Alright, so the semicolon does combine patterns into larger sentences than just a simple sentence, but it doesn't act like a conjunction. Alright, now let me show you what I mean here. There are some semicolons that are used correctly here and some that are used incorrectly, but here's the general rule of thumb. If you can take away the semicolon that you have in your sentence and put a period in there, okay, by taking out the semicolon and inserting a period, now capitalize the next word after the period. But my question to you is, do you now have two properly capitalized and punctuated sentences? If you do, then the semicolon was correct in the original. If, in fact, though, once you take away the semicolon and put the period in, you realize that one of the sentences that you get is not actually a correct sentence. It's like a fragment. It'll be some sort of fragment, especially a subordinated fragment is especially common with this mistake. But the trick is you have to use the semicolon first, okay? So, each one of these has a semicolon in it. Oh, we need to stick one right in here. Okay, so they all have semicolons. And my question to you is, are these correct? Well, let's find out. The roads are clear. Vehicles should be moving smoothly. Can I put a period there and then capitalize the V? Do I get two simple sentences? Yes, I do. So in the original, that was correct. So I'm going to put over here correct for correct. In fact, I'm going to move some of these things over to the edge. If you need to see this better, then just do a full screen. Okay, it's right. Wolves locate their prey from afar. Then they circle the unsuspecting animal. Is this semicolon correct? Well, let's put a period in there. Let's go over here, put a capital T. Do I have two correctly punctuated and capitalized sentences that are actual sentences? Yes, notice I have one pattern here and one pattern here now. So I have two simple sentences. So in this case, the semicolon was correct in the original. So in this form, it was right. Okay? Tim always saves a third of his paycheck. Undoubtedly, this is a good decision. Let me just put, how about we put pay? Tim always saves a third of his pay. Undoubtedly, this is a good decision. Okay, is this semicolon correct? Can I take it out? Put a period. Go over here, put a capital U. Do I have two properly construed sentences? Yes, so this is right. Now remember, the word undoubtedly is not a conjunction. It's not a coordinating conjunction. There are only 7 of those. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. So I know that this is not one of them. And this is not a subordinating conjunction. This is a conjunctive adverb. Now it kind of forms a soft function of combining the thoughts and making them flow, but it cannot grammatically combine sentences. It's an adverb. Adverbs don't do that. So this is fine. Since it wasn't a conjunction in the first place, it was never trying to join those two. The semicolon was trying to join them. So in the original, right, this was correct. Or right, the original being semicolon small u. Okay, mechanics check the air pressure. Also, they look at the oil level. Can I take this out? Put a period. Come over here. Put a capital A. Now, do I have two correctly formed sentences? Simple sentences? Yes. So in the original, this version, in that version, it was right. Okay. The new textbook is expensive, whereas the secondhand copy is affordable. Let's take this out, put a period, capitalize the W. Do I have a properly constructed pair of sentences? Is this sentence correct? Yes. It's a subject, verb, subject complement pattern, and it's capitalized. It's got an end stop. It's a good sentence, simple sentence. How about this one? Subject right here, verb, subject complement, sure. But you know what this is? That is a subordinating conjunction. It has to come between two patterns. Here it does not come between two patterns. Remember, this is a stop here. So, now we have a separate sentence. Within this sentence, this subordinating conjunction can in no way ever be between two sentence patterns because there's only one sentence pattern there. That's why this is called a subordinating fragment, as it is right here. This is a subordinating fragment. It's correct when we go back over here and we put just nothing. I mean, that's fine. Now, a lot of people would like to see a comma here, but that's a stylistic thing. You don't need a comma. The comma does nothing to combine those patterns together. The conjunction does. All right, Belinda. So this is correct now. In its original version, let's go back and do this. In that version right there, this is wrong. Okay. How about this one? Belinda felt nervous before her speech, even though she had practiced. Now, even though is a two-word subordinating conjunction. It's the same as all though, right? So it really is. Even though is a subordinating conjunction. It's just a two-word subordinating conjunction. Let's just use this one to make things simpler. Belinda felt nervous before her speech. You know this is a prepositional phrase, so you can ignore it when you're looking at patterns. So we'll just do that. Belinda felt nervous, verb, subject, complement, subject. I've got a pattern there. I got a capital. I don't. I have this. So to see if this is correct, okay, I'm going to take that out, period. I'm going to capitalize the A here. I know this is correct because we just went through it. What about this one? She had practiced, verb, subject, right here. But although it's a subordinating conjunction, so if we're going to say this is a separate sentence now, then the subordinating conjunction has to be able, in one way or the other, to be positioned so that it comes between two patterns in the same sentence. But it can't here because there's only one pattern. So this is incorrectly used. This is called a subordinating fragment. Okay? You got to fix it. So the way you would fix it, here, let's get rid of that thing. Hang on a second. The way you would fix it is just to go in here and put a comma, or you know what? You don't even need the comma, really. Just that's fine. Right there, just let the conjunction do its work. At this point now, you have only one sentence, right? But it is between two patterns. This one right here, subject-verb pattern, and this one over here, subject-verb, subject-complement. So it's doing its job, and that's fine. New Yorkers love New Year's Eve, especially when everyone is celebrating. Especially is an adverb. You can see that right there. So we don't have to consider that when we're thinking about what are the patterns. In fact, I'm just going to erase it for right now. Well, you know what? When I do that, it takes away part of the meaning, doesn't it? So I'll leave that in. But I want you to remember that is in fact an adverb. Here is your conjunction. Okay. But let's see if the colon, the semicolon is correct. If it's correct, we can put a period here. We can put a capital E here, and then we should end up with two properly made sentences. One here and one here. Now, this is a capital letter, ends in a period. Is it actually a sentence? Love is your verb. Who or what love? New Yorker. Subject. Subject love. Who or what? New Year's Eve. That's direct object. So we do have a pattern here. So this is a correct sentence. How about this one? Is your verb. Who or what is? Everyone. Everyone is who or what? Celebrating. Well, actually, this is a two-word verb, right? Is celebrating. And this is the subject. So this is my subject verb right here. That's my clause. This is the subject verb pattern right there. This is an adverb. Okay. The trouble is, here's a subordinating conjunction. And because I now have two sentences, this is a separate sentence now from this one over here. This one is separate. Within this sentence, can the subordinating conjunction ever come between two patterns? No, because in this sentence, there's only one pattern. So this one is used incorrectly. We need to fix it by doing this. This, we would just put a comma, E. All right, now, that's fine. The waiter was ready for the new job unless he could receive larger tips. How about the, okay. Well, can we take out that? Can we put a capital U here? Do we have two properly made sentences now? The waiter was ready. This is a prepositional phrase. We don't even have to think about that one. We'll just scratch it out for right now. Was is your verb. Who or what was? The waiter. Subject. The waiter was who or what ready. Is this saying the waiter was a ready man? A ready waiter? Yes. So this is subject, verb, subject, complement. What about this one? Could receive Could receive is the verb. Who or what could receive? He, subject. Larger tips is your direct object. So I got a pattern here. Well, what's this? That's a conjunction, subordinating conjunction in this case, because it's not a preposition, it's in front of a pattern. Prepositions will never be in front of patterns. Okay? They'll just be in front of objects. Objects of the preposition. Now, in this separate sentence, because now I've separated it from this one up here, in this separate sentence, can this conjunction ever, in any possible configuration, come between two patterns? No, because there's only one pattern in this sentence. So this sentence is a subordinating fragment. The way you would fix it is, let's just get rid of that, scratch out, go over here. I mean, that's what you could do that right there, and you would fix it. So this is a rule of thumb test for whether or not your semicolon that you've already used in combining sentences, patterns together, into one nice big chunky sentence. If you want to figure out whether they're used correctly, this will help you almost 95% of the time. There's one exception, and it has to do with what's called the serial comma, and we'll discuss that next.